Hey guys, it's Mama Bear. I'm here today. I'm going to do a dehydrator video on rice and quinoa again. I need more, and I've done a video of this before. I'll link it in the description below. And today I'm doing green peppers and broccoli. There are two ways you can dehydrate your meals for backpacking. You can dehydrate it as a complete meal, or you can dehydrate it as pieces of a meal. So your quinoa or your rice, your vegetables, peppers, whatever, your sauce. My dehydrator isn't so great for sauce, but I know I can borrow a friend's and do the sauce there. My dehydrator is just a Mr. Coffee, and it's old. I've had it for at least 20 years, but it still works. It doesn't have a temperature control setting. It's either on or it's off. I don't have any control over to say setting it for fruit or setting it for sauces. Some of the more advanced ones will. I will put a few links in the description below for dehydrators as well. So here we go. I have my broccoli. I'm just cutting it to be about the size of a thumbprint. See that? My thumb covers the top of the broccoli, then that's perfect for me. I'll get a better angle at that. That's just about right. I have done it smaller, and it rehydrates almost instantly. This will take a few minutes longer, and that allows the rice or quinoa to rehydrate as well without any of it turning to mush. You want to get it so that it's, with practice, so that it rehydrates at the same rate. So you don't have something that's taking too long or something that's going away too quickly. So I've diced up some red peppers because I love to have the shot of color, and again, that's about the size of my thumb. There are some smaller ones, there are some that may be a little bit larger, but they will all be well dried before I take them out. There's another one. It's a little bit larger, but it's still pretty close to the size of the tip of my thumb. You want consistent size. The products dry at different rates most of the time anyways, but these products, the broccoli and the peppers, should be pretty close to each other. So if one is dry and the other is not, you just take out that tray and you just keep going. I'm nearly done here. I know you don't need to watch me chop, but here we go. Done. Now I'm mixing these together because I'm going for that color effect, and I have dehydrated yellow peppers and orange peppers, and orange are not so bad, but the yellow peppers turn brown and they lose their color, so you've got little brown bits floating in your food when you're out on the trail. You don't want it to be a bug or dirt or stick or something, so brown is not the greatest color, but this will be great. Oh, I found one that's a bit too large. Okay, there we go. I have my red and green peppers, and I have an abundant amount of broccoli. Broccoli was on special for $1.99, and this will make lots. There are three things so far that I won't dehydrate in my house. Hot peppers, jalapenos or ghost peppers or anything that is way too hot burns the heck out of your eyes and your nose and your throat, so I won't dry them in the house. And onions. Well, you know that even cutting onions, you start crying, so I'm not going to do it. And the third is garlic, because no, just no. So I buy these. I have red onion, and I have garlic. They're about $3 or $4 each. They last for quite a while, and I don't have to stink up my house and claw my eyes out of my face in order to do it. So when I'm putting my meal together in the bag, I just throw that stuff in as it is. There might be a mark on it that says how much it equals. 3/4 of a teaspoon equals 1 teaspoon of fresh for the garlic, and half a teaspoon equals 1 teaspoon of fresh for the onions. So who uses a teaspoon of onion? I'm sorry, I use a whole onion when I'm cooking, so I use a fair bit of the onion one. And what was that, 3/4 of a teaspoon equals 1? That might be about right. All right, so next step is placing it on the trays. Okay, so I have started with the broccoli, and you just put on one level. You don't stack it up too high on top of each other or too closely crowded together. You want them to be able to dry without overlapping. And then I have my cutting board full of peppers. This is 2 large peppers, one really large green one and one a little less of the red was a little smaller. So you just want them level. Like I said on the broccoli, oh, I got a piece that's too big. You don't want them stacked on top of one another like that one was. You don't want them overlapping, and if possible, you just want to spread them out so that they're pretty even on there. And that's that. There's another tray ready to go. So that's that. And I'm going to do rice and quinoa in just a second. I want to tell you about these cutting boards. I absolutely love them. They're flexible, and they are, you can roll them up. You can, this one I've had for quite a while, and it's got a bit of a crack in it, a sharp knife. But you just take that and you cut it down. And now that, you know, it's smaller, but this will fit in my backpack, and it weighs nothing. It weighs like ounces. It's easy for, you chop on it, protect your countertops and all that, but you can also pour it, bend it, and pour the product right into the pot. I love it. Okay, so there's the rice. I just have that in a nice even layer. And there's my quinoa all ready to go, nice smooth even layer. I'll get back to you with part 2 of this video as I take these off